Yeah, the self-tape world, hey, it's a lot of work, learning lines, learning characters, reading scripts, and you just kind of get like auditioning in general, even when you're going into the room is a lot of work, but at least there's a process where you go there and you kind of feel like, okay, cool, I met the people, hopefully I made a good impression. We talked before and after the scene and you know, hopefully you may be what they want. But with the self-tapes, it's even, you just send a thing off.
Yeah.
And just probably never hear anything ever again and just be like, okay, thanks.
I really wish that they were all just in the room auditions, hey. And it's also like you get to see so much more about a person and their charm and charisma in person. But then again, there's the other side of that where it's like all the audience is only going to see this person on the screen. So if they do the whole audition process through the screen, that's purely what they're basing it off. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, how does this person play on screen? Because that's right. I mean, there are certain people that just look really good on camera and you might see them in real life and it's not the same, but then for some reason they look great on camera and vice versa. There's other people that are really like beautiful in real life, but then on camera it just doesn't translate for whatever reason. So that's not a bad point. I'm sure that directors and casting agents and producers are happy that they can just flick through, because this is the thing that I know from talking to a casting director has changed. In the past, this was a normal director, sorry, he was saying that in the past what would happen is he'd go in to a casting office, the casting director will have compiled their favourites, and they're waiting in the waiting room. That's us sitting there nervous, jiggling our legs, trying to remember what the lines are and, you know, psych yourself up to it. And then you go in and you do your audition. The process takes at minimum 10 minutes. And so how many people can you really get through? Yeah, you get to meet them in person, but how many people can you get through in a day? I don't know. Not that many. Whereas now they just go, give me all self-tapes, and they go, cool, I want to see every single person who auditioned, give me all their videos. And they go, play, 1, 2, next, play, next, play.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I like their look. Are they any good? Next, play. Oh, this person, and they just fizz through 150 auditions.
Yeah. It's essentially, it's like that look first. What do they look like? And if you've got the look, then they look and they're like, oh, how are they playing this? Oh, he's kind of getting the direction wrong. We'll go to the next one, even though you don't know what direction they want. And so it's just all of this, it's just such a risk and a gamble, and you just got to kind of, I thought I'd shout out to everyone, I'm drinking Coke Zero, not wine. So.
Hey, we're just going to do a podcast. Maybe just let me pour a cheeky mulled wine. Like a port to loosen up a bit?
Definitely should have poured it in a different glass, because now every time I take a swig, it looks like I'm having wine.
Yeah. What do you think is worse for you, Coke Zero or Coke regular? And why do you drink Coke Zero and not Diet Coke?
Okay, a couple of questions. First one, I don't really have an opinion on which one is better for you and which one isn't. The reason I drink Coke Zero is because...
I love it. The answer to your first question is, I don't give a fuck. Next question.
Essentially. Wait, let me think about it for a second. I don't care. No. It's essentially like Coke Zero. Yeah, just don't want, the sugar. It's for the weight loss purposes.
Okay.
And Diet Coke, and I just think Coke Zero tastes better than Diet Coke. I never got around Diet Coke.
What's the difference?
And I don't know what the difference is between the two, but they taste different. And no one drinks Diet Coke. Well, very rarely do I see someone that's like, I want a Diet Coke. It's like, I thought that was a drink that stopped being made in 2011. But it's...
So what's the difference? Isn't there Coke no sugar as well?
Yeah, there's Coke no sugar, there's Coke Zero, and there's Coke, like, make your mind up and just make one. We've had enough.
All the same, isn't it all the same thing?
Essentially, maybe they use different artificial sweeteners or whatever it is. I don't know. Maybe it's a different one in each of them. I have no idea, but I'm like, just relax, make one. Yeah. I don't know. There's no one that's going to be like, I can't believe they stopped making Diet Coke. Drink Coke Zero. Same thing. I've had enough of you. But it's just purely just because I don't want to get fat,
Yeah, okay. I don't feel like that's really much of an issue for you, bastards like you with a lightning fast metabolism.
I thought you were going to mention this at some point today. I mean, just before this podcast, I finished a white bread sandwich with butter, mayonnaise, mortadella, and ham, and nothing else. And it was about
9?
this thick of meat. I looked at it, I went and bought it, and I was like, "Oh, mate, this is low for even you."
That's like Maddie's first sandwich, you know? Make a sandwich, dude. You're a fully grown man. What's happening?
Well, I just got back from work, and that was all I had in my fridge, and I had a bloody podcast to do. So
this is why we need women in our lives, man. We need to get you a girlfriend who can.
I've been waiting.
A half decent sandwich.